Welcome, tarot readers. So today I have a very special tarot deck review, and this is special to me because this was actually my very first tarot deck ever, and I had no clue what I was doing with it. I had no clue even why I started to read tarot at all. I really don't know. It's just one day I was at a Chapters, which is now Indigo's, but it's a Chapters, and I was kind of looking around. I think I had like points or something to spend, and I got pulled into the occult section where they had all these cards, and I've heard of tarot cards, but I didn't want to play around too much with them because my parents at the time, those who were responsible for me, as I've had many parents in my life, were uber religious, and they had made me uber religious, and I was going to church and Bible studies, and there's nothing wrong with that, but of course, like, tarots were not part of the equation. And I don't know why, but I was pulled to these cards at the time, and I had them for so many years tucked away, and it wasn't until I got older and started to really look into other spiritual options that I had actually like left the church and separated myself from Baptist Christianity for a while due to certain circumstances. And I pulled out the tarot cards again, and they spoke like to me like they never had before. I honestly believe like there's a certain sense of a spiritual kind of maturity and also introspective study that has to happen before you can really kind of pull out tarots and know how to use them for yourself and for others. But anywho, putting all that talk aside, so I actually have two of these sets, and there's a reason for that. I'm really going to try to make an effort to like look at the camera, so like it looks like I'm actually connecting with you, but I have a horrible time of doing that. Like, I always look off to the side, so excuse me if I can't keep my line of vision right. Anywho, I digress. So I have two of the Revelations tarot set, and that's because this is my original one. This was the first tarot set I ever had, and I don't actually believe it came in a beautiful box like this. I'm for sure it didn't. I think it was just like the book saran wrapped with the deck of cards, so that's why I don't have a box for it. And I keep in this little pouch which is falling apart, and I have some crystals here to keep it clean. Stay in there. And well, these are the originals. I'm not going to show them to you in the overhead because we're going to get into the pretty ones, but they are here, and they're actually pretty damaged, the poor things, but that is not my fault. So even though they still work, they're still fine, they're still pretty good. What is going on with my hair? My hair has a mind of its own. Leo May does whatever. Anywho, so even though these cards are just fine, they work perfectly fine. And well, of course, I couldn't resist when I was going through Amazon. Don't give me shit about Amazon. And I found that they had the Revelations Tarot deck. But here it is, and this is the newest format it's in, and it's in this beautiful box. With most tarot cards and oracle cards come like this, or they should, you know, with the kind of metal magnet flap. And so we are going to take a deep dive into this set. Now, it's exactly like my original, it's just all nice and pretty. So let's take a look. All right, so let's get into it. Revelations Tarot. I wanted to show you in comparison. Oh God, why is my hair everywhere? This. Shedding like a f***ing cat. All right, so let's dive into the Revelations Tarot. I'm gonna put my older set aside. Sorry, I love you, but you're just so ugly. I didn't mean that. I love you. Please keep giving me answers. So let's open up this beautiful box, which has, of course, the magnet side opening and little tab. Now, I can't remember if this came with the box or I put it. No, it came with the box. Beautiful. So I had mentioned in a previous video how I don't like it when there isn't something to help pull the booklet and card out, because if it wasn't for this, like, I would hate the idea of sticking my nails in and lifting it up and damaging the book, which I just did there. Fabulous for comparative sake. So I love the fact that this has a little satin ribbon so you can take the book out, which is just so beautiful. And really, I don't usually look at the books that come with my tarot cards because I'm like, well, tarot cards is the same 75 cards, they all say the same thing. Absolutely not. What Zach Wong did here, his translations and explanations of his cards are just so well done that you have to give him credit for it. And I would really feel it's an insult to not study his interpretations or explanations of the cards, because they are reversed cards, which we will see soon, and he has a meaning for each one, and he describes the images and symbolisms, and he'll like point out things that you didn't even notice about the card. It's just genius. Like, he's got everything there. And I do like how there he is. Hello, Wong. Aww. So as I was saying, I like how he organized it. Of course, he went through the major arcana first. Arcana? Never know how to say it right. You guys can correct me in the comments. What I like is, though, when you get to the suits, you can correct me on that in the comments too. A lot of other books, they will put it through like the 1 to 10 and then separate the page and the queen in a whole other level of book. And I hate when they do that, because I hate going back and forth in books. I kind of want to be able to find something very easily. So he puts them all in order from ace all the way to like king. And I appreciate that a lot. It's honestly an amazing book. Like, you can't read the cards without it. And then we get to the good part, the cards, because who cares about the book? Let's take this, put it aside. And these have already been shuffled up because I've used them, and oh gosh, they're just so gorgeous. Excuse me. It is a bit of a thicker deck, although I guess most decks are kind of like this. Because of this film they put on it, they do slide really easily, and actually the sizing's pretty good. I mean, I have a big handspan already to begin with, but they shuffle real nice. They have a flexibility to it. They're not too stiff, too thin. Like, you think it wouldn't be that hard to just create, you know, basic good tarot cards, but there's so many that screw them up. And whoever made these, I believe it's actually Lewin Books. Yeah, Lewin. I actually have a lot of cards for Lewin Books. I like them a lot. I like the ones they produce. Very good. Woo! My cards are running away. That's how like slippery they get. They'll just run right off for you. So you have to have a lot of control of your cards. But the tension. Let's get into the cards. So let's just pull at random. Here we have the 3 of Pentacles, and this is what I really need to show you. This is just so genius. So you have this image here, you know, working away, getting stuff done, and then you turn it around, and that kind of looks like me on most days. Just chilling, not really doing much. I'm not a good tarot reader, to be honest. I don't have like all the definitions memorized, but just for an example, just so you can see what I mean by how well his explanations and translations of the cards are, let's go over to 3 of Pentacles. There's a really loud car out there. Hopefully you can't hear it. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. So I'll show you in the upright position. He says he works hard at his task to achieve his dreams. So you can see he's working there. Hard worker. Hard work and determination will be the source of rewards. The act of creation to bring something to this world will be reward enough for you. In situation, this card foretells the investment of labor needed to reach determined goals. Teamwork and constant contribution will lead to fulfilling rewards. Yada, yada, yada. Work well, you know, good shit will come to you, as per always. And if you get reverse, complacency and lack of drive or recognition has left the work and himself idle and incomplete. So it says here, shows lack of productivity through boredom and low drive. Fear of failure, pushing one's limits can cause hindrance. Projects stay on initial stage. Situation feels stagnant. Yada, yada, yada. Basically, you're not getting shit done. And I like, especially here, like, this is what I mean. You should take note to his image and symbolisms, because it says the teeming city behind the man tells the levels of achievement he can read in his works and his goals. As you can see here, all the buildings he had put, and the colors like are absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you more cards because they're amazing. On the reverse, scaffolding in the backgrounds indicates beginning of construction, and the notion of construction is temporary, as you can see, if you can see here. Gold and greens, colors of earth and of Capricorn, which is what links to this card. I mean, just genius, really. Like, I highly suggest to always use this book when using the cards. And speaking of cards, like, again, I don't get to it. I know my favorite part in reviews is to actually look at the cards, and I hate when people don't get to it. So let's pull out random cards and see what's what. 10 of Pentacles, Strength in reverse. I think my cards are in reverse here. See them right back up. Beautiful. The Devil. I'm kind of wondering now that I'm just randomly pulling these out if they have any messages to me. Hopefully not. Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. Like, gorgeous. More Pentacles. Here we go. Something else. 7 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. That's interesting because it's Pentacles, but it's blue. I'm just trying to see something that's not Pentacles. Let's shake it up here. 8 of Wands. Nice. What else do we got here? 9 of Wands. Loads of detail. Just so much detail. The Empress. Like, it's almost too much, the amount of beautiful colors and designs that go into this. Just trying to pull out more variety. Hermit. Knight of Cups. This one's always intense to me. 4 of Swords. It's just the images portray it so well. Like, I know this is the one I actually remember because I get it a lot, and it foretells of like pushing yourself too much to the border that you might collapse and not be able to come back for it. And this is a really intense card that I get a lot. And when people get a lot, I give them a heads up about it. And just the images portrayed here are always so spot on. I really think that each one of you should kind of discover this and be surprised for yourselves. Although that being said, God, I mean, just please. You can't not feel something amazing when looking at a card like this. I mean, it is the Moon card, but still. It's just... honestly, I actually think too, this is an amazing set for beginners, and it is my first set, the first one I ever had, because of the fact that it really helps that there's images on either end, so that, let's say if you don't want to be going through your book and you know you might not remember exactly what the reverse meaning is, the images itself give you some sort of kind of guess to what's going on if you pay attention. But you get what I mean. Like, this deck is just there for you, to help you, to be clear. And at the same time, it's just so gorgeous. Like, every time I pull out a card, it's just so beautiful, so amazing. The quality is beyond, and I like that it's all the same. It's all continued. But he did design this himself, actually. I should have mentioned that I believe he is... Why am I guessing? I really should look. I believe he was like an architect, and that's why. Here we go. He now lives in Australia, degree in architecture, and works in illustration graphics design. That's it. And he studied Western and Asian mythology, which is probably why he can come up with all these amazing designs. But that's what I talk about when I say, like, I like looking at outside boxes and hoping that the inside kind of matches when it comes to the art and it's consistent across. And this totally is. Like, it's phenomenal. It's beautiful. And I think everyone should have this set. And I'm actually really glad that they're still publishing it, because when I got mine, oh God, do I even want to think about how long ago I got mine? Well, I must have been around 23, and that's well over 20 years ago. Shouldn't have done that math. But anyways, there you have it. The Revelations Tarot deck, an absolute must in your collection. At least that's my opinion, if my opinion matters for anything, which 90% I think it does. I hope that this video was helpful and kind of gave you the information you're looking for. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot me a message in the comment section and I can get back to you. And if you have any other kind of suggestions or cards that you want me to review, let me know. Otherwise, thanks a lot and see you guys next time. Hey, look at you. You made it to the end of my video. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see what other stuff I come up with, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're interested in having the tarot deck for your own, check out the description below for the link. Thanks so much again. See you guys soon.